Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver, dollar 10-year yield, and so forth. We'll go through it and I'll give you my financial opinion. So let's dive right in and let's get started. So the dollar today is lower, 0.7% roughly. Kind of a large down day for the dollar. This could extend lower. We've got support right underneath it. And we'll see if we can break that support tomorrow on the short term. The 10-year yield coming back a little bit, down 0.7%, still in a ferocious uptrend, but nonetheless, a small down day today. We've got gold. Gold is recovering a little bit. We've got a little wick at the bottom. Small update today. We're starting to work off that downward momentum from yesterday, which was kind of a large down day yesterday, and we'll see where we end up tomorrow. But again, we're on top of patterns. Everything looks good. We're above support lines. Nothing to worry about. Silver, it's also trying to find some support right where it's at. Small little opening and closing price were basically the same today with a wick at the bottom, so it does look good. Platinum, a little bit of a small down today with a little wick at the bottom, a little tail. Usually that means we could reverse and move higher. We do have a falling wedge right before the breakout. So we could head higher here. And for me, I like the physical game right now, and I like physical platinum right here, right now. That's my take on it. XAU to gold ratio, moving on up in favor of XAU outperforming gold. We are still in this little pattern. We're still above support line. Everything looks good to continue higher, which means that XAU would outperform gold, which means the gold and silver miners are going to do better than gold itself. Corona Resources, again, we've got these small little down days. It's just a consolidation period waiting to go higher. That's what I see. EXK, another one's got that hammer pattern. So we had two kind of larger sell-off days. Hammer pattern today, which is a reversal pattern to move on up again. Sideways or up is what I'm seeing. FSM, another one. I think we're going to move kind of sideways to higher in the short term. And remember, short term is really hard to get right. What I really like seeing is things that are above patterns, which we are in all of these. So even if we go back a little bit more, it's not the end of the world. We've got a lot of downward momentum here. We have a hammer pattern, which usually means we're going to try to move higher. And we have to see if we have large buying pressure or if we have small buying pressure. Small buying pressure means that the downward momentum is just a little bounce that's going to continue lower. If we get a lot of buying pressure to step in, which I'm kind of favoring maybe just, like more of a continuation to sideways lower on the short term and then a move higher, just because there's a lot of momentum behind these two down days before it. And that goes across almost everything. But again, the buyers could step in here and easily reverse this very quickly because we are on top of patterns. We are breaking to the upside, and this is a small pullback in the short term. This is a bullish piercing. This could head higher for GDX. Looks good. MMNGF, these are the smaller guys. They're usually lagging behind. A couple of big, large down days for MMNGF. Probably going to continue lower or needs a sideways day to work that off. Koya Resources just moving sideways. Discovery Silver. This one still looks good to move higher and break out. I like Discovery Silver. We've got First Majestic Silver trying to find some support here. We've got the support kind of, man, it's in this general vicinity, there. So that needs to get, there's a lot. The only thing I'll say here, guys, there's a lot of momentum behind these 2 days. And this small little day may not reverse it. So it may take some time to reverse this. It may do, one of these things. And that's just what I've seen in history. We have a rising wedge here that's kind of playing with the downside. We could kind of do one of these things. Mag Silver looks like this, it's looking pretty good. That's a bullish piercing where the closing price opens lower but closes above the 50th percent mark on the candlestick before it. And that's usually a reversal pattern to head higher, usually, statistically. AUY moving on up. We've got Impact Silver just moving sideways today. Aftermath silver inside of its channel still. Arcana gold's real low. It's kind of a weird looking candlestick today. It's a hammer pattern, but yet it opened up and closed lower. It was a down day. We've got PLG, another one that's it's a hammer pattern. Looks like it wants to go higher. Positioning. Simonier, Stillwater, still moving sideways. We've got Sandstorm Gold. That's looking good to continue higher. It's a kind of a hammer pattern. Looking good. Franco-Nevada sitting on top of its pattern, putting in a hammer pattern. Looks good. We've got EMX. This one also looks good. It's right on its resistance support line. So that looks good. Teuton Resources, another one that looks good here with the nice big bullish engulfing. We've got Wheaton Precious Metals. Again, that's just it's in a nice good old uptrend there. That's actually pretty straight how I drew that. That's not on the thing there. So that's looking good. Gold Royalty always does the opposite, it seems like, of all the others. Up yesterday when everything else was down. Mavericks Metals, or no, this is Metallo Royalty. Looking like it's trying to find some support right where it's at. Mavericks Metals is this one. Getting a nice good update today. Royal Gold continuing higher. This guy's way up in nosebleed land. 52-week highs, well, all-time highs are within reach here. Cisco Gold Royalty. This is sitting on top of its pattern. Also moving higher on the dailies. Looks really good. And then Altius Minerals just kind of moving sideways. But, I mean, overall, guys, when I look at this, like, we go over it all the time. We're sitting on top of patterns. We're sitting on top of patterns. And even if we go down in the short term, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'll just buy more. The physical metals, I'm really interested in the physical metals themselves. I've been becoming a bigger proponent of physical metals because if we have shortages in the future, deficits in some of these materials, I think the mining companies are going to struggle to get the equipment, fixed, replaced, repaired, all that stuff. And, it could cost a lot more to get it out of the ground with all the energy costs as well. I know some people said, well, some of them have hedged their energy costs, and that's great. That's great that they've done that. But again, the physical metals are super low risk, and I think they have a whole bunch of upside because the cost curves could go up with the metals. So then you're playing the margin game, which, that's why I went into the royalty companies to begin with. I just want a leveraged. I want a leveraged price move. I want leverage to the price of that move. That's all I want. That's all I want. And a royalty company is what fits me. So I've always been like 90% royalty, 10% miners, or something on the lines of that. That's kind of my mix. Why? Because I don't like the input costs. And yeah, you'll have a little bit of inflation, I guess, with a lower employee count through royalties. But yeah, I don't know. I just play the royalties, and that's where I feel most comfortable. And then the physical metals I play in a big way. That's where I really feel like I just feel comfortable buying that. And I don't know, maybe you guys feel the same way. If you do feel the same way, put a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Are you more comfortable buying physical? Are you more comfortable buying the miners? I see a huge divergence there. Some people don't want any physical at all. It's like, I'd rather put it in ETF. It's way easier, no storage, none of that. And then others are just like total physical. And, I have a good mix. I got a lot of physical and a lot of the royalty companies, but I just want both for some reason. I really want both. And I don't want to get put in one area or the other. So, but I do like physical metals as well. I really do like that. And for some reason, it makes me feel safe. I don't know why. It just does. It makes me feel like I'm invincible against the currency that's just total garbage. But all right, guys, if you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Sign up to my website, Platinum member, finding-value.com. Definitely have a lot of good picks over there. I'm a big energy bull, guys. I admit it. Huge energy bull. If you guys like energy, I released some really good picks, and it looks like they're killing it today. So hopefully you guys who bought on the website, good job for I guess, using that information that you did and accurately going with it. But yeah, we'll catch you next time, guys. This is Finding Value.